Installing a wood stove in a tiny house is one of the most rewarding and most technically demanding projects in the entire build. Rewarding because a wood stove transforms the feeling of a small space in a way no other heat source comes even close to. And technically demanding because a wood stove installation done wrong doesn't just fail to heat effectively. It creates a fire hazard that lives in your ceiling and your walls and your floors until the day it causes a problem you cannot take back. And I've done one installation and watched several others and talked to the people who showed up afterwards to fix the ones that were done incorrectly. And here's exactly how to do it right, from stove selection through chimney installation through the clearance that keeps the structure safe. Step 1: choosing the right stove for the space. Small spaced and full sized wood stoves are a miserable combination. A standard residential wood stove rated for, 1,200 to 2,000 square feet will heat a 200 square foot tiny house to temperatures that require opening windows in January. And an oversizing a wood stove is not a minor inconvenience. It creates a fire risk because an overheated stove running below its efficient combustion temperature to maintain manageable heat output generates creosote at a much higher rate than a properly sized stove running at full output. So, for a tiny house between 150 to 300 square feet, the appropriate size stove is rated for 400 to 800 square feet. Purpose built small wood stoves and marine stoves designed for boats and cabins occupy this category. Well regarded options include like the Cubic Mini Grizzly, the Cub, the Dickinson Newport Solid fuel heater, and the Dorothy 3 kilowatt and the 4 kilowatt stoves from the European market. All of these are designed explicitly for very small spaces, burn small diameter wood efficiently, very well, and you have to cut it to size and produces enough heat to warm a tiny house without overwhelming it. And key specifications to check when selecting: the firebox size is important. It determines the maximum log length, and most tiny stoves take 10 to 14-inch logs. BTU output match to your insulation quality and climate zone, and listed clearances to combustibles. The minimum distance required between the stove, any wood, drywall, or other combustible materials. And this number determines in your floor plan the stove can actually go at. Cost for the quality small wood stove too is anywhere from $600 to $1,800, depending on the model and the capacity. This is not the category to buy the cheapest available option either. The stove will be operating at high temperatures for years, and the quality of the steel, gaskets, door seals, it determines both efficiency and the longevity. So here's step 2: plan the location. The stove location determines everything that follows. Choose it before you frame anything around it, because moving a wood stove installation after the chimney is in is an expensive and time consuming project. The location needs to satisfy 4 constraints simultaneously too. First, the stove must maintain the listed clearance to combustibles on all sides and above, typically 12 to 18 inches to the sides, rear for small stoves. Though this varies by model, it can be reduced with appropriate heat shields. Second, the chimney must exit through the roof at a location that allows the required height above the roof, generally 3 feet above the roof penetration and 2 feet above any roof structure, within 10 horizontal feet. Third, the location should keep the chimney run as vertical and short as possible. Every horizontal offset and every additional foot of chimney reduces draft and increases the creosote accumulation. Fourth, the pad under the stove, it must extend required distance beyond the stove door, typically 18 inches in front and 8 inches on all other sides. The ideal location in most tiny house layouts is a corner position against an exterior wall, with the chimney going straight up through the roof at a point that minimizes penetration through structural members and allows the required roof clearance. A corner position allows the heat shield requirements on 2 sides to be met by the wall themselves, when properly protected, reducing the footprint the installation requires. Avoid locating the stove under a loft or sleeping platform without very careful clearance verification. Loft floors are combustible materials. The required clearance between the top of the stove and any overhead combustible material is typically 36 inches for most small stoves, a constraint that eliminates the space directly under most tiny house lofts as a viable installation location. Step three, the pad underneath it, the hearth pad. It protects the floor beneath and in front of the stove from heat, embers, and the radiant heat that a wood stove produces. Continuously during operation, it must be non-combustible through its depth, not just surface with a non-combustible material over a wood substrate, and size to exceed the stove's limited requirements. Common hearth pads are constructions for tiny houses. It's a layer of cement board, hardy backer, or similar, topped with ceramic tile, grouted with, unsanded grout and sealed. And this is the most accessible do-it-yourself option, and it weighs approximately 5 to 8 pounds per square foot at standard tile thickness and performs well for the application. And for a weight conscious tiny house, thin porcelain tiles over cement board keeps the weight manageable while providing the non combustible protection required. The pad must be continuous, no gaps, no joints with the subfloor that allows heat to transfer, no combustible materials beneath it at any point. And the edges where the pad meets the surrounding floor should be sealed or transition with a metal threshold that prevents any combustible flooring material from running beneath the pad. And do not use hearth pads sold as decorative products at home improvement stores unless they are specifically rated and listed for use with solid fuel applications. Decorative hearth pads are designed for gas fireplace aesthetics, not solid fuel radiant heat. And the distinction very much matters. Step four, the chimney system. The chimney is where most tiny house wood stove installations go wrong and where the consequences of errors are more significant. Use only double walled or triple walled insulated stainless steel chimney pipe rated for solid fuel appliances. Never single wall stovepipe in a wall cavity through the ceiling or through the roof at that matter. Single wall stovepipe is appropriate only for the section of chimney inside the living space between the stove and the ceiling, where it can be inspected and maintained, where the required clearances to combustibles can be maintained. The transition from single wall stovepipe to insulated chimney pipe must occur at or below the chimney line at the ceiling penetration. The insulated pipe passes through a listed ceiling support box that maintains the required clearance between the hot pipe and the surrounding frame. This clearance is typically 2 inches of airspace between the outside of the insulated pipe and any combustible material, and it must be maintained with a non combustible spacer, not assumed based on the pipe being close enough. Where the chimney passes through the roof, a listed flashing and storm collar seals the roof penetration against water intrusion. This flashing must be installed correctly, underlapping above the pipe and overlapping below, is sealed with a compatible roofing sealant. Because a chimney penetration that leaks water creates a moisture problem that is invisible until it has caused significant structure damage. And the chimney must terminate at the correct height too. 3 feet above the roof penetration point, 2 feet above any roof structure or obstruction within a 10 horizontal feet. A storm cap on top of the chimney keeps rain and wildlife out of it too. It is not optional in any climate that receives precipitation as well. Total chimney system should cost for a single story tiny house installation $300 to $600 and materials, depending on the chimney height and the configuration. The inspection and the clearance check is another important thing we need to discuss too. Before the first fire, walk through every clearance measurement with a tape measure, stove to combustible on all sides, stove top to overhead materials, the hearth pad extension beyond the stove on all sides, chimney to framing at the ceiling box, chimney to roof materials at the flashings. Every number should meet or exceed the listed specifications of your specific stove model. The stove listing and the chimney listings are not interchangeable. Your stove has clearance requirements. Your chimney system has clearance requirements. Both sets of requirements apply simultaneously and both must be met. Check the first few fires closely. Start small and burn hot and watch the ceiling and walls near the stove for any warmth that shouldn't be there. A properly installed system with correct clearance will have warm air rising from the stove and warm pipe, but no transfer heat to the surrounding structure. Any unexpected warmth in a wall or ceiling near the installation is a signal to stop using the stove and investigate it before continuing. But the payoff, it's important. A correctly installed tiny wood stove in a well insulated tiny house, it produces a quality of warmth that no propane heater or electric system replicates at all. Radiant heat that warms objects and surfaces rather than just air. The sound, the light of a real fire, and the self sufficiency of a heat source that runs on wood. You can cut yourself if you choose to. Done right, it is the most satisfying heating installation in the off grid and tiny house toolkit. Do the measurements, use the right materials, and don't skip the clearances. The installation takes a weekend. The stove will heat your house for 20 years. Thanks for watching. If you like today's video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Oh, and if you enjoyed this video, check this one out on the right. Could help you in your tiny house off grid journey. And yes, I just burped. Have a good day.